Good morning, good morning, good morning. I pray all is well with everyone. Welcome to my channel, Write the Vision, Make It Plain. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie. I am a child of God, number one. I am married to the love of my life, Lenny Burrison. We have four handsome sons, Nehemiah, who's 11, twins, that's 14, Stephen and Stefan, and Nate, who's now 22. We actually just we're so proud of him. He actually graduated from college in May and just landed a job in his field. So we're really proud of him. So just a brief update on top of all of that. I'm a full-time research nurse supervisor. I was a caregiver to both of my parents. We just lost my dad in June, so still trying to get used to the new norm without him being here. We miss him tremendously. And I currently assist my mom with all her medical appointments. I like to attend. If most of the time, if I'm available, drive her to her appointments to make sure she's doing what she needs to do and stay healthy. And I am currently in my it's been 3.5 years so far for the PhD in nursing program. And it's definitely been some challenges. So I felt led to start this channel for anyone that wants to do what God has called them to do. Write the vision, make it plain. Sometimes God has called us to do things and we don't know how it's going to work out. We looking at the time, we're just like, I don't have the time to do that. For instance, all my boys are in sports. I'm working full time and then adding school and was taking care of my dad who had dementia. Like it was a lot, but God told me to move. And when God tells you to move, you're going to keep feeling that push. And I don't know if anybody on here can relate to the push that you feel. And you're just like, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but God is telling me to move. Whether it is writing that business plan, whether it is going back to school for the dream career, career that you always wanted to do, but you just don't know how you're going to get it done because you have young kids. Trust me, been there, done that. Started back in nursing school for my bachelor's when my baby was about, at the time I had one, he was about not even a full years old when I started nursing school. Yes, because I had clinicals and I had clinicals. I had to be there at 6 a.m. and my husband was military. We met in the military, so we both were still in the military reserves. But he had to go away for training to Texas. So here I am, have to be at the hospital at 6 a.m. The daycare did not open till 6. So thank God, my church family, a couple I was really close with, they said that I could drop my baby off with them. Nate, my oldest, I could drop him off there, and they would drive him to the daycare, which was right down the street for them. But I had to get up extra early because I had to get him dressed by myself. I was working all night on those care plans, nursing care plans that you have to have prepared for clinicals, and then I had to drop him off and they would drop him off for me, and then after clinicals I'll pick him up from daycare. God worked that out, but if I would have like used that as an excuse to be like, I'm dropping out, I would never be where I am today as a research nurse supervisor, right? So I'm just saying sometimes when God tells us to do something and to move, we really just need to move, even though it seems crazy. We really just need to move. And that's what God is calling us to do. Have crazy faith. Just trust in Him. If He's telling us to move and go back to school or write this business plan and start this business, and you're like, God, I don't even have the finances to do this. We just need to move and let God work it out. That is faith. And that is what, we preach about or we sing gospel songs about. But then when it's time for us to move and act, we just be like, oh no, I'm waiting on God. And God is like, I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you. I already spoke and told you to do it. And you already know that if I already spoke a thing, I want to back you up. But we sitting there, oh, I'm waiting on God. Just wasting time. And what I noticed, time is going to move anyway. I am going on I just hit 3.5 years in this PhD program. 3 years, 3 full years in this PhD program. About to register for spring semester, which is going to be the 3.5. And if I continue through the summer, I'm going to be knocking at 4 years. Time went by so fast since I first started in fall 2022. So I am here working on this dissertation, and a dissertation process could be really challenging. For those of you that don't know, with a dissertation, you have to write a total of 6 chapters. But the first 4 chapters at my school, because every school do it different, the first 4 chapters is your proposal, your research proposal. Then once you write the first 4 chapters, which is not that easy, by the way, once you write the first 4 chapters, you have to submit your proposal to your whole committee, and they have to, that's the written portion, they have to rather make edits, approve it, or whatever, or not approve it. And then once they give you the clearance, you can do the oral defense, where you would rather do a Zoom Teams call, and they would ask you questions. You have to do a slide presentation on those first 4 chapters. So I am in the process now. I just had to correct 1 chapter, submitted that, came back to me, had to revise it, submitted it again, came back to me, revised it, submitted it again. And then once I did that, now 3 more chapters that I have revised. 2 of them was first submissions, first drafts. Those came back. And 1 of them was like a second draft. So now I just got the 3rd draft back. And I need to still do some edits. But it's a going back and forth. And you can get really discouraged when you receive a paper, because dissertation phase is a little different. Like regular classes, you submit a paper and you just get a grade on that paper. And the teacher may give you feedback and comments, but it's not for you to redo the paper. It's just, that's your grade. Dissertation phase is pass, fail. That would be the grade, whether you pass at the end of the semester or you fail. But it could be discouraging, because when you get that chapter back, it's like they threw the ball back to you. It's coming back in all reds with comments from your dissertation committee, which is you have a chairperson, and with our school you have a chairperson, and you have 3 members on your committee, and 1 of them is external, meaning outside the school, and then the other 2 is inside. So you have a total of 3 people from inside the school and 1 external. That's how it is. So I received comments back with everybody's different comments. So it's a lot of comments, and it could be discouraging, especially when you're working full time and you got kids that's in sports. The twins got a soccer championship this evening, so I'm trying to get a little bit of things working, and done. And how I did this too, just to see, y'all may be like, how did you do that? So my classes were Friday and Saturday in person, once a month. They call them weekend immersions. This is for the PhD program. Everything else is online. So you meet once a month, Friday and Saturday. And I was like, I work on Fridays. And at first my mind was like, God, I can't do this program. And God let me go talk to your supervisors, ask them if it's something called like an alternate work schedule, where you can maybe work 4 10s and have Fridays off, or you can do the 9-hour shifts and then every other Friday have that Friday off or whatever. So I think I started with 9s, where every other Friday I would have a Friday off, and then that Friday off would be the Friday I would travel from Maryland all the way to South Carolina, 8-hour drive to Columbia, and stay in that area to attend my immersions, and then come back to Maryland, another 8-hour drive. I did that every 4 weeks, y'all. Thank God my supervisors, they were understanding. They were like, yeah. And I ended up changing it, because by the time I got back on a Sunday, because I would get out on that Saturday. Sometimes I would drive straight back on a Saturday, or sometimes I would stop at my sister's house in North Carolina on a Sunday, on that Saturday night, just to rest, because I've been in classes all from that morning at 8 a.m. So I would rest and then I'll break it up and come back on Sunday. But then to be back at work on Monday, I would be a little exhausted. So I was able to switch my schedule to 4:10s and have Fridays off. So now, since I don't have to, with the dissertation phase, you don't have to do like in-person classes. Everything is really just writing these chapters the whole semester and going back and forth with your committee and having meetings about if you have any stumbling blocks while you write in a chapter. We have weekly meetings or bi-weekly meetings, and you can just write your questions. So when you with your committee, you can just be like, yeah, I'm having trouble finding this research on this, or whatever your issue is, or whatever they want to discuss. Or they may be like, in this paragraph you wrote, blah, 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 blah. What did you mean by that? So those meetings are really handy. So I work now. I kept my 4:10s, even though I'm not in actual classes. I kept my 4:10s. So I have Fridays off. So Fridays is the day that I'm supposed to focus on school. It has not been going that way because I've been booking my parents' doctor's appointments on Fridays. Now it's my mom doctor's appointments on Fridays, my doctor's appointments on Fridays. And it's becoming a run errand day because I had sports on Saturday, church on Sunday. But I am still making that time to be disciplined and really, that's where I'm at, really being disciplined and trying to get this done because like I said, I'm like, God, I'm ready to be done with school. And God is like, I'm waiting on you. And if they return a chapter to me, um, and I'm sitting here like, and I'm, be honest with you, sometimes that fatigue hit where you're just like, oh my God, they just returned this chapter. I just fixed this chapter and they just returned it with all this red again. Like, oh my goodness. And I'm keeping track changes. So every version that I fix, I have track changes or whatever to track all my versions. I would definitely recommend that if you ever go through a process like this. But it can get discouraging. But, I finally, after I sort of read, I finally took time to look at the comments, and I was like, that's not bad. I've been sitting holding on to this one chapter that I was kind of dreading looking and reading the comments and addressing the comments and getting back. And I'm just like, I really probably could have had this already done within a week, these revisions within a week. But it just took me some time. So I'm praying that I will get done with this chapter. I submitted one chapter 2 weeks ago. I'm waiting for their comments for that one to come back. I'm praying I get done with this chapter by Sunday. This is Friday. By Sunday. I'm on my way to a doctor's appointment in about an hour. So I got a little time. Then soon I get done with this one, I just promised myself I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep going. So soon I submit this chapter, I'm starting the revisions on the next chapter. So then once I submit everything to them, then I'm going to be waiting on them to give me back all the revisions, and I'm just praying that being that this is now like second, third revisions that I'm getting back, I'm praying that each time it's supposed to be less comments, less revisions, if that makes sense. So that's where I'm at. So I am here telling you all of this to say, if God has told you to do something, you can do it. You can do it. We need to, this channel will be for you, for us to encourage each other. You can leave some comments. I learned with this journey, time management is key, and discipline. Persistence and persistence is the key. And prayer, a lot of patience. Yes, a lot of patience. But and a lot and confidence in yourself to know that you can do it. So whatever it is, and don't look at your age. Don't look at your age. If God is calling you to go back to school, you got it. Don't look at the age. Don't look at, oh, I got kids running around in diapers. My twins was barely 1 year old when I went back. I think they just turned 1. And then how about, this is with my master's, and then how I got pregnant. Yeah, while in the school with my master's. I did that. So, and I will talk more about that too. So I had twins in diapers My oldest was about 8 or 9, twins in diapers running around opposite directions. My husband and I both went back to school at around the same time. So both of us are in school, and then I get pregnant again with number 4, with my fourth son. And look, I did it. I graduated, right? It may have been delayed a little bit because I took a little time off, but and that's okay if you took time off. If you took time off, the program gives you, you just call and ask them, if I take a few semesters off, how long do I have to complete this degree, just to make sure you don't go out that window. But I promised myself I'm taking a 1 semester off to give birth, bond with my baby. And the whole time I'm still working, by the way. You only get 6 weeks when you deliver a vaginal. So the whole time I'm still working or whatever, but I took the semester off just to bond with my baby, and then I was on it. My husband and I promised each other, I'm going to go right back the next semester, and I held myself accountable. He held me accountable, and I did the same thing for him. Then he took the next semester off, and that's how we worked that out. Thank God for him. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to give y'all an update and just to tell you that we can do this together. I am here. I'm going to try to upload videos more. Want to be consistent with uploading videos, and just to encourage you while I'm sitting here working on my journey. And also, as this channel grow, I am willing to go live, and we put the timer on and we write the vision and make it plain together, because we can do this together. I really believe that we can do this, and we can celebrate each other as we accomplish that business plan, studying for that certification exam. If God tell you, to get a license in something, or to study for an entrance exam for school, or if you're writing a dissertation or your thesis, or you're in your master's program, whatever it is, we can do this together. Let's stay encouraged, and let's write the vision and make it plain. Be blessed and have a blessed day. Thank you.